And what's up, everybody? I'm back with another playoff predictions video. And if you remember earlier in the week, I did my NBA playoff predictions. You can go back, I think that was Tuesday that came out. Because see how I'm doing with these play-ins is so far. Still early in that playoff run. But, yes, with NBA comes the NHL playoff predictions, or the Stanley Cup playoff predictions, and that is today's video. The regular season literally just ended not too long ago. For some reason, there were 2 games a day after the season was supposed to end. The regular season, I mean. Weird. So I had to wait for that. But that ended, and the bracket is set. I actually have a formal bracket this time. It's on the NHL's website. So I'm assuming they updated it for the bracket challenge, so I assume it's correct. And updated. But we are going to now predict. So like I said, I'm going to go just like the NBA one. I'm going to go through each series and predict who I think is going to win the series. And then when I get to the Stanley Cup Finals, I'm going to predict who's going to win the whole thing and how many games, for sure. I might predict some other series, how many games it might go to, but the official one will be only in the finals. So, and we're just going to go matchup by matchup. So let's start on the west side of the bracket with the Colorado Avalanche and the Seattle Kraken making their first appearance in their first season. And you remember not too long ago, another expansion team from the West Coast made the postseason in their first season and made it all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals. Remember them? That happened to be the, Vegas Golden Knights. I'm thinking same thing is going to happen with the Kraken. I don't believe that it might be true. The Colorado Avalanche are the defending champions, but I am going to, how about screw it, the Kraken are crack-a-lackin' and moving on to the next round. How about that? And then we got the Dallas Stars and the Minnesota Wild in the second round. I'm going to hand this one Dallas. I think this will be a pretty easy win for them. 5 games probably. I will say that would be pretty easy. And then the aforementioned Golden Knights against the Winnipeg Jets. I'm going to hand this one to Vegas. That's what I'm going to do. Winnipeg, not a very strong program historically. So. And then the final West first round matchup, the Edmonton Oilers and the Los Angeles Kings. And for the sake of Canadian representation, I already knocked out Winnipeg. I'm going to give this one to Edmonton and move them on to the second round of the playoffs. So, now move over to the east side of the bracket. The overall number 1 seed Boston Bruins against the Florida Panthers. And I'm going to have to give this one to the Bruins. Sorry. I think they're going to win this round either in a sweep or in 5 games. Really, I don't see that being a super competitive series. I'm going to be honest with you. Toronto and Tampa Bay. Now, I do see this one being a very competitive series. I think they're 2 very equal teams. All things considered, I think it will go to 6 or even possibly 7 games. But I'm going to give this one to Tampa Bay. Sorry. It's Toronto. What do you want me to do? Not want me to do incorrectly predict them to win something for once? No. It's going to go to Tampa Bay. Okay. And then Carolina, the Hurricanes against the New York Islanders, aka the Knicks and the Mets of the NHL is basically what they are. And then you got Carolina, another lol-cal franchise. And when you put 2 lol-cal franchises together in a playoff series, what you're going to get is absolute comedy. But you're going to get a very close series, too. And I also expect this one to be a very competitive series. Go to 6 or 7 games. And be close all the way through. No doubt in my mind. And let's see, who are we gonna pick to move on though? That's the question. I'll give this one to Carolina. Why not? And then our final first round matchup, the New Jersey Devils and the New York Rangers. Ooh, this is a very close proximity matchup here. Who do we give this one to? Well, I knocked out the Islanders in the last round. For the sake of nobody liking New Jersey, and for the sake of there being no possible way that two New York teams both missed the second round, I'm going to give this one to the Islanders. Not the Islanders, the fucking Rangers. Rangers. I already knocked out the Islanders. I meant the Rangers. They're moving on. All right, round 2. The Kraken and the Dallas Stars. Well, the Kraken knocked out Colorado. The Stars should be even easier. So I'm going to give this one to the Stars. And then Vegas and Edmonton. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to give this one to Edmonton. Yep. I did that. That's right, baby. I did that. I just knocked out Vegas. How do you feel, people? And then we got Boston and Tampa Bay. This one I actually also think is going to be a very competitive series to go to 6 or 7 games. Tampa Bay is a choking franchise. However, let's not... I'm going to dismiss their Stanley Cup that they won. Giving this one to Boston probably 5 or 6 games. And it will look closer than probably 5 or 6 games. Probably a lot of overtime in this one. But Boston's going to take this one, I think. And then Carolina versus the Rangers. I'm going to give this one to Carolina, sadly, because even though I did give New York that last matchup, I can't put them any higher than that. Just cannot. So now we got our semifinals. Shit. I got our semifinal matchups. The Kraken and Edmonton. This is a West Coast matchup. I don't know if it is. Is Edmonton West out west? I don't know off the top of my head. Comment down below where Edmonton is. I want to know. But they're facing the Kraken. They're not going to stand a chance. The Kraken are going to be high on shit balls. They're going to be flying through the roof. They can smell the cup finals. They're going to do it. They're going to win this series, and it's not even be close. Sweep or 5 games, definitely. For the Kraken to get their first appearance in the Stanley Cup Finals. But who will they face in the Stanley Cup Finals? Boston or Carolina? And I also see this one not being very close semifinal series. Boston in 4 or 5 games. Say that right now. Boston going to win in 4 or 5 games. To move on to the Stanley Cup Finals. This is a record-setting team. And you're going to move on. So then we got our Stanley Cup matchup here. We have in one corner the Seattle Kraken. And in the other corner, the Boston Bruins. One team's been here way too fucking much. One team's never been here at all. And they're going to battle it out. You got one team who's white hot. You got another team who is just absolutely been tearing through the league all season. You got the Cinderella story, and you got Boston. And when you get with spell Boston, this is what you spell with Boston, a fat L. But not in this series. Because like I said at the beginning of this predictions, the Golden Knights made it to the Cup final, but they did not win it. So that's why I'm picking Boston to win this one 4-1. And win the Stanley Cup. I'm sorry, guys. I know nobody wants Boston to win. I sure as shit don't. I hope these predictions are wrong. To be fair, though, I'm rooting for pretty much every team except for Boston, Toronto, Tampa Bay, New York, New Jersey, or the other New Jersey. Basically, everyone in the east side of the bracket except for Florida, I am not rooting for. So, yeah. But I'm basically rooting for everyone. I am rooting for everyone in the west side of the bracket, though. So, if that means anything, there you go. I'll also give a disclaimer. I have not watched barely any hockey all year. I'll watch whenever the Red Wings were playing. That's pretty much it. Did not really watch anybody else. But that's why I have the most educated prediction system on the planet. Ken Palm, fuck off. Any other system doesn't even come close to what this guy's got. Okay. But alas, that does it for this NHL playoff predictions video, this predictions video. I'd love to know your thoughts. What are your thoughts on my bracket, and what are your brackets? I'd love to know in the comments section down below. And again, that's going to do it for this video. Stay tuned for much more amazing content. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.